This episode is brought to you by Leo Bato and Associates, ang realtor na patok.
So let's talk about the cope part, because part of the audience, andyan ang mga millennials. And nothing against millennials. I have a son who's a millennial. But for some reason, yung generation nyo, yung generation namin, atin, coping was part of the process. Di ba? Ngayon parang nagiging optional na lang and itong generation. But would you be generous enough to share ano yung parameters and basic rudiments of coping? Kasi di ba sa atin pag sinabi ng magulang natin na ito ang gagawin mo, hihinga ka na lang ng malalim and then gagawin mo. What was going through your head?
You make the most out of a situation. You think outside the box. And you just do the best you can in a certain situation that you have. And you make sure you hit your goals. Once you're in there already, more or less you know what goals to hit.
Right.
And then make a plan. I always have plans in my head. And you know what? I always challenge myself. So I have this in such and such number of years. I should be able to get this. But then I will challenge myself where I should get it before the time frame I have it in my mind.
So in other words, you're setting a goal and then china-challenge mo pa
Yes.
yung goal na sinet mo.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, so now you're in dental school. Second choice was business. Were you thinking of working for a dental clinic, or were you thinking of starting a practice na may sarili kang clinic and all?
When I was in the Philippines,
Yes.
starting my own
Yes.
practice. But I never worked in the Philippines.
It never came to fruition.
Because after I passed I haven't even passed the board exam. I just took the board exam. And then my father bought the ticket and sent me here.
How did it feel when your father said, "Oh, ngayon pumunta ka sa mami mo at doon ka na sa States"? First, hindi mo na nakuha yung pagiging chef. Tapos, kailangan dentista ka. Okay, finally nag-iisip na ako, magiging dentist ako, magkakaroon ako ng dental clinic. Hindi. Ito ticket, pumunta ka ng Amerika. What was going through your head?
But remember, during our time, my
Yeah.
time, everything was dictated.
This was the 80s, right?
Right. You know, I was from the generation where your parents dictate what you do.
Yes.
And you do what they say.
Buti hindi ka nagrebelde, Doc.
No, I did not. I just thought they always think for the best.
And that's
for you.
trust and faith, right? In your parents also. Okay.
Right. So, okay, what was the question?
Question is, so anong feeling ng hindi mo na nakuha yung pagiging chef, nag-iisip ka na magbi-business, all of a sudden, biglang binigyan ka ng ticket, pupunta ka ng Amerika. Anong feeling nun?
From the standpoint of, oh my God, I'm not gonna have friends. I had the best friends. Hello, UP gang.
Shout out!
Shout out. Bellot, Mimi, Candy, all of them. You know, I have our class at the university were really
Solid,
close. So, you know, it was fun. Dental school was fun because of my friends.
Yes.
So when I was going to leave, it's like, oh, okay, what am I going to do there?
Meaning here,
Right, in America.
right?
I'm going to lose the social life that,
Of
you know,
course,
that I
of course,
had.
yeah.
But, you know, you take a deep breath, you do it. It's a new challenge. It's a new life. It's exciting. It's different.
So, is it safe to say, based on the template that I'm trying to pick up, it's always the same na you make the most out of the situation. You create a goal.
Right.
You challenge the goal.
Yes.
So in other words, ikaw nang gumagawa ng scenario instead of being a recipient, you're trying your best to create the environment you want to create in
Right.
your head. Tapos, manifestation na lang later on.
So you were told this is what you're supposed to do.
You're right.
And then you think of, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. You think of, how am I going to do what they're asking me to do?
When did you realize now, you know what, it's time for me? Because at a young age, you were made to think for yourself. It's time for me to vocalize what I am thinking for myself. Did it ever occur? Nagkaroon ba ng shift nun?
I'm not sure if I vocalized it. I just did it and showed it to my family or to myself. It's more of, I think, to myself.
Yes.
Can I do this?
So when you practice dentistry here in the
Here.
So
Here.
you focused on it, but being a chef was still a...
Oh yes, yes. I love to cook. So even when I was doing dentistry, I would go home. I would cook. It's a very relaxing thing for me.
Ngayon ko lang naisip, sorry Doc, ngayon ko lang naisip, napaka-monopolistic nung inisip mo. Pakakainin mo sila, ngayon masisira ang ngipin nila, tapos gagawin mo yung ngipin nila. Tapos bebenta mo ng pagkain, tapos ayusin mo yung ngipin nila.
That's where the business side comes in.